Okay, it's on. All right. Today I thought I would just speak to you about relationships and friendships. Okay, I'm giving you my perspective, my thoughts, and why you should be careful. In this video, I'll just talk to you why you should be careful, what kind of relationships you have, why you should not invest too much into a relationship, why you should know when to break up, why sometimes you need to take advantage. Basically, why am I saying basically? What I'm going to do in this video is speak to you about the dark side of relationships. I'm not going to tell you the nice stuff. You know the nice stuff. Friend in need, friend indeed, be there till you die, love and this and that and whatever. I'll speak to you about the other side. And I want you to comment down below and let me know, does it relate to you? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Not for YouTube's algorithm. I want to hear your thoughts, because maybe I'm only giving you my perspective, Maybe there's another side to it. So I'll start off with an example. I'll give you examples, because when you give examples, it's real, This guy's name is, let's call him Abdul Salim, or Ram Kumar, or whatever. Just name him some Indian name. Okay, Irfan Ali. Fine. I was thinking of an actor. Irfan Ali. Think his name is Irfan Ali. Now this guy was elder to me. Quite elder. We were part of an association. And this guy is elder to me, and I was one of the best over there. The association, let me give the name, Toastmasters, which is into public speaking. Okay? Public speaking and leadership. I was one of the top rated speakers. I was getting a lot of awards. I was constantly in the limelight. So this guy, successful guy, nice guy, he's a real gem of a human being. But rich, pretty rich, very successful. So this guy approached me for, my mentoring and training. I was more than happy. Those days, I was not doing professionally, I was doing it for free, so as to help him. But I was arrogant and a big show off those days, because I was winning all the awards. So he became my friend, and very soon we became close friends. Then he introduced me to his wife, and this is a conservative Muslim. Okay, now the reason I didn't want to bring in the Muslim factor is because I don't want you to say, oh, all Muslims are like that. No, listen, remove the Muslim equation. The only reason I introduced Muslim is because they were very conservative. Wife was covered, and children, daughters were covered. Son was, but in a very strict upbringing. Very nice guy. Seriously nice guy. And even though I was an atheist, even though I had all these tattoos, he didn't give a damn. He used to always be there. And in business, he was pretty successful. He used to always support me and was there for me. You could say he helped me many times in my life. Okay? And I, in turn, returned the favor by being, a good friend. We even thought of opening a company together, partnership. But later on, due to various clash of interests, we decided not to go ahead. So, great friend. So now what is the problem here? Now, he used to always take my advice and guidance where public speaking was concerned. And I literally helped him at certain levels of achievement. He got a couple of awards, he was known. when he used to do public presentations, he used to take my guidance, and he used to pay me good money. Okay. Then finally, obviously he tried to tell me about Islam and all that, but I used to listen to him politely for the sake of listening. Although I knew that it wouldn't work. But like I said, good guy. Finally, I had to move to Thailand. I came down here. Once I came down here, obviously, I can't help him much in terms of public speaking. And when you teach someone for many, many years, they obviously become better at it. They learn the art. And so things are going on. He used to ask me my opinion as to guide him. But he would ask now only for advanced level stuff. One fine day, when I was starting my whole brand online from zero here, one fine day I reached out to him and said, I need your help financially. I need some money here and there because my business thing, there's no cash flow coming in. He said, okay. Now mind you, this is the same guy who used to help me before financially. But obviously those days I was useful to him, so he didn't mind giving. But now when I asked him, and this is not during COVID, I'm talking when I just came here 5 years ago. So the market was still doing very well. When I asked him for money, and I didn't ask him for a large sum, he said, yes, no, and I kept postponing. Very soon he started avoiding my calls. And before you know it, he was not responding at all. He was reading my messages, WhatsApp, you can make out the blue tick, but he was not responding. And in fact, sometimes he would receive it, but he would not read it. And eventually what happened is, I tried, and I discontinued. You're talking of a multi-millionaire, by the way. Rich, okay. Now, am I trying to badmouth him? And no, I'll tell you what is my conclusion. That's one. The second guy who I can give you is my previous mentor. He made me join his company because he was hoping that he didn't have a son or daughter. He wanted me to take over his business as kind of his son. He used to introduce me as his son wherever. Multi-millionaire. However, the field that he was talking about was not my passion or interest. And he kept at it. And believe it or not, he was really there for me. We were very close. Every single day, we would speak on the phone. Imagine, he's a multi-millionaire. We would speak on the phone for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. When he's doing work, he's He's a CEO of a company. He's a big shot. But I learned a lot from him. However, one fine day, he realized I'm not a correct fit for his organization. Neither am I going to be his son or see, means in the sense, carry on his business. So he eventually stopped, lost interest. And then, I discontinued working there. And where we used to talk to each other literally for hours and hours, he stopped talking to me completely. He was very busy. He wouldn't take the phone. Okay. I've given you 2 examples. Now, first and foremost, I want to tell you that I'm not bad-mouthing these guys. They really did a lot of stuff for me. Lot. They, you could say more than what I did for them, they did for me. Okay? I'm being explicit and honest. However, the day I was of no use to them, bye-bye. Okay? Obviously, I'm not their son or bloodline. Why the hell should they bother? But you understand what I'm trying to tell you here? In every relationship, in every friendship, in any kind of, I don't know, between two people, if there is no element of benefit, and one person is always giving, eventually that relationship breaks up. Eventually that relationship discontinues. It's only when one person is more beneficial to the other and the other person also gets a little benefit, they will stick around. You know, among the many girls I have dated, I'm telling you this, there were girls who literally, educated girls with an MBA, PhD, some of them very rich, they were literally falling on my feet. And this is not to brag, I'm not saying all the girls, one or two. They fell at my feet, hugged it, please, please don't leave me, I will die, I will die. This has happened with two females, okay? They said, please stick with me, I love you, don't leave me, I want you, I will marry you. And this literally butter me up. And even though I was cheating on one, I was a playboy those days. No, I don't care. Even if you sleep around 100 girls, I will still love you. Okay, fine. But then what happened? The day they found a new, better option, a more handsome guy, more loving guy, more successful, bye-bye. Now, this is not to say that, oh, what a bitch. No, they did the right thing. They chose the one who was best for them, most, you know, beneficial, who would give them a better ROI, as they call it. Now, it's not just with girls, even guys. When they want a beautiful girl, oh, I love you, can't live without you, I'll die for you, they cut their skin and tattoo the person's name and initials, sometimes with a blade, and beg in front of their house and beg in front of them and kneel down in front of the world and put a ring, and they buy expensive cars. You know, some people, they bought a Rolls Royce, they bought a this, and proposal in the middle of a sports field. Yeah, because he wants that vagina, he wants that sex, he wants that mouth to suck, as they say it. Now, I know you're saying, oh, you're objectifying females. Listen, but why is it after they marry, when that female gives birth to one or two children, now she's fat, now her body is not the same shape, why does the same guy go for another female? It's not to say that the girl is a saint or the guy is a saint, but you get my point. So what am I trying to tell you here? What is the moral of this whole story or this concept? See, relationships, no, any kind, they work only when there is mutual benefits for each other. Like a boy and girl dating each other, both don't want to get married. What is it? Some say mutual masturbation. Yeah, I pleasure you, you pleasure me. Some say companionship, I'm bored, you're bored, we have each other. Some say, I don't have anyone for now, you can do, until they get someone better. So these kind of relationships are very transactional. The problem is, majority of our relationships, are like that. See, so many people call me sir, big fan of yours. Sir, I follow all your videos. I've liked and shared all your videos. Man, I admire your work. Fine. It's because they're getting benefit. So I'm not trying to disrespect the people. Even I watch many channels where I respect those content creators. But here's the thing. The day they stop putting content, am I going to follow them? There are so many YouTubers who had the content I liked. The day they changed it, like there was this guy, I won't give you his name, he used to put videos about earning online, freelancing, and life in Thailand. I loved his content. I used to watch his videos every single time he would upload one. One fine day, he decided, okay, enough of this online content. Now I'll focus on a normal job and put videos about normal life. And I'll settle down in my hometown in Europe or wherever. Even though he put videos, I didn't watch a single one. So the thing was, I was following him until he was beneficial. The day he stopped, bye bye. So, the moral of the story, which I'm trying to tell you, is when you have a relationship, if the person who you're dealing with is more beneficial to you than you are beneficial to them, make sure that you increase your value and give them benefits. Otherwise, sooner or later, they will realize you're a liability. And nobody wants a liability. The second thing is the honeymoon phase, or the wonder, the wow factor diminishes over a period of time. I've had people who initially, wow, Loy, I'm talking to you, I can't believe I'm shaking. Fine. After some time, hey man, how are you? Normal. My wife, when first time she saw me, oh wow, and hugging and 24 hours holding my hand and holding me and wanting to kiss me, and after 5 years, neither I nor her are dying to kiss each other. It's not that we don't, but we're not dying. Sex is very, you don't have sex? Okay, we have sex. It's not like passionate, push her against the wall and this and that. And like this very famous saying, familiarity breeds contempt. The more familiar you are with a person, the more, you'll take the person for granted. That is why even girls, if they give the guy too much, he wants sex, he gives everything and she's readily available, the guy will take her for granted. And if the guy showers the girl with too many things, her expectations will increase. No, you gave me till here, now I want till here, now I want till here. So forever increases. So anything and everything in life is a matter of what is your level of expectation, and do you cross it, yes or no. And yes, like I told you, familiarity breeds contempt. So my advice to you is, when you are in a relationship, make sure you're clear about what you want. Make sure you evaluate how long you want this for. Make sure you get your return on investment. And to be fair, give them also something of value. And don't be in each other's face 24/7. Then it loses its charm. It's like eating one particular dish or eating a pizza every minute, and the pizza is on your face minute after minute after minute. At some point you'll be like, oh, I almost want to puke. So sometimes a distance is good, This is what I've realized about relationships. That is why when anyone tells you, oh, I love this girl, or I will die for this girl, or oh, I can't live without this boy, or I love this boy, or this friendship, or even business partnerships where you might admire each other, later on when you see each other day to day, you lose the admiration. That's why when people interact with me on a day-to-day basis, eventually that magic goes. It happens with everyone, man. Someone interacts with you day to day, he will lose that magic. It's always good to draw boundaries and know where to stop. So anyway, all I want to tell you is, make sure that you're very calculative with your relationships. Don't give too much of, especially your time, effort, money. Keep things into perspective, and don't expect your friend in school or friend in college or a friend wherever is going to be with you for the rest of your life. People change, priorities change, times change, situations change. So whomsoever was in my life, I appreciate. And the time they had to leave, they said bye-bye. And then moved their own directions. That's how life is. And it'll be the same with your spouse, with your child, with your business partner, with your parents, with everyone. So remember, the more you're readily available, the more they'll take you for granted. And eventually, it'll become problematic. This is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. It's me signing off. Take care.